What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We are jumping back into, give it a countdown, 3, 2, 1, the 350 million global downloads reached worldwide celebration countdown campaign. Yes, indeed, we are here. I'm going to be out of breath at the beginning of every single video, and it's absolutely ridiculous because of the length of these damn celebration names. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Yes, it's cool that we're currently in the countdown, but for God's sakes, Bandai Namco is about to do something crazy. They're going to take the celebration summon ticket banners, these two dual Dokkan festivals, and they're going to allow you to spend stones on them. And I'm here to answer the question in referring specifically to Dokkan Festival A with Strength Kaioken Goku. Should you spend stones or skip?
Hit my thought. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my home.
So here it is, Dokkan Festival A, as they call it. And as you can see, it's got some good featured units on it right off the bat. If you take a look right on the front and center page, you kind of have some of the best options on here with the Beerus, the Vegeta, Kefla. You see Physical Piccolo back there. Some really good options. But let's actually jump into the banner itself. And before we even go into the featured list, let's go into the character summon rate, because we do want to see how many how many featured SSRs are in here. So if we scroll down just a little bit, we see that there are 37 featured SSRs, 37 of them, which granted is better than the 70, what would it be, like 74, 75 featured characters it would have been if we just had one banner. So this is a lot better because you can kind of pick and choose and see which banner is the one that you actually want to summon on, which makes a lot of sense, right? Because if you had to try to get just one or two characters out of like a 75 character list, that is actually troll as hell. Like, that just sounds so terrible of a thing to have to do. So I'm very, very thankful that that's not the direction that they decided to go in. But anyway, 37 featured characters on here. If we scroll down just a little bit, 244 characters total. 244 total. Goodness gracious. Good God almighty. That is absolutely insane. And in regards to the LRs that are on here, you got all the OGs, but you also have AGL Kale and Caulifla. You have LR Baby Vegeta. You have LR Mighty Mask. You have Goku Frieza. You have the Super Saiyan 3 Tech Goku. You got Super Saiyan Legendary Broly, the Tech one. You have God Goku. You have the Intelligence GT Trio. You have Int Bojack, Strength Trunks and Mai, Strength Beerus, Strength Full Power Frieza, the Physical Bardock, the Physical Androids, and then Physical Cell. And then, like I said, the 5 OGs, right? So that would be like Physical Trunks, Strength Broly, Int Gohan, Tech Goku Black, and then AGL Majin Vegeta. So those are all the LRs that are in this little thing there in the entire pool. So you may have the potential of pulling an LR. Now, let's go into the actual featured characters itself. And we'll start at the very top, okay? So right off the bat, Strength Kaioken Goku. Now, if you don't have them, it's good to have at least one copy. It's good to have at least one copy. The problem with Strength Kaioken Goku, and I don't rate him as highly as some people do, and some people kind of did it as a meme where they put him really, really high, but his issue is he has to be on Universe 7 to really benefit. But unfortunately, there's better units on Universe 7. And on top of that, to pop off his active skill, he needs to be on Universe 7. And again, there's just better characters that can benefit Universe 7. Even if his active skill is pretty good, I just don't think it's worth the time. So if you are starting out, he's definitely a good card to grab, particularly on longer events. If you've over rank 500, then not really somebody that's needed. Now, this Tech Vegeta is a much different story. Now, this guy has 2 incredible leads, Super Saiyan 2 and Resurrected Warriors, 2 very, very strong categories. And you can pair them up in 2 different ways, whether it's preparing first with the Prepared for Battle, if I remember correctly. Is that what he has to start off with? Yeah, Prepared for Battle, and then he'll flip to the Over in a Flash there. But even still, he's still got Super Saiyan and some other good links. So he is definitely a good pickup. Strength Kefla, as a beginning account, if you're not necessarily a noob, but if you don't have the most extensive character box, she's not a good pickup because she needs to have Strength Orb Changers, or just Orb Changers in general on Tournament of Power style, Realm of God style, what the hell is that thing called? The Universal Survival Saga. Goodness gracious, I couldn't think of the name for a second. So she wants like orb changers on Universal Survival Saga, and when you're just starting off, you're not going to have a lot of those. So later on, she can be very, very strong. And it's the same thing with Tech Exchange Boo. On short events, he's just not going to be that good. Later on in events, he will be better. But this is a character that you really need other good Majin Boos to kind of round him out, or else he's going to look very, very flawed. Physical Beerus is in that same camp, unfortunately, where Physical Beerus is going to look very meh, just running him on a random Realm of Gods teams with like a bunch of Super Saiyan Blues and stuff like that. But if you put him properly next to the Strength Whis, the Intelligence Vados, the Strength Beerus and Whis, and then have a support on rotation, then he looks extremely strong, particularly if you put him in that number 1 spot, that number 1 attacking spot. Then he becomes absolutely powerful. But if you're just starting off, he's not really going to be that good of a pickup. In Future Gohan is pretty solid. He's just kind of a good all-rounder. He's not going to blow you away, but he is really reliable, particularly if you're trying to build out a master and disciple bond, whatever category, whatever the hell it's called. Then, of course, you have Physical Piccolo. Now, this guy is a solid pickup early on just because he's great defensively and he's going to be able to see the enemy's super attack, which is going to be really, really big when you are early on in your career. And then if you want to run him next to the Namekians, then you can get him to transform. He's really tanky in that regard. Tech Trunks is another great unit to start off with just because he's got the great super class. All types, right? It doesn't matter if you're AGL Tech, whatever, it doesn't matter the category. Superclass, 3 key, 120% attack across the board, attack, defense, HP, so that's really, really nice. And then, of course, he just gets better and better and better as the fight goes on. He's a baby LR AGL Gohan. Now, Tech Hit is a travesty if you pull. I don't see them Extreme Z Awakening this man anytime soon because, like, bro, we need to have another Universal Survival Saga or another, just a Tech Hit Saga celebration. And when is that going to happen? Like, I would love for them to have a celebration where it's Universe 6 versus Universe 7, right? That would actually be really, really tough. And then you can give us another Kaioken Goku, Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and then you can give us a actual Tech Hit. But he's just trash right now. Super Saiyan Gogeta is actually really good still, particularly in his Super Saiyan Blue form. People just forget that this dude does absolutely ridiculous damage, and he's got a 50% chance to dodge and guaranteed crit. That is pretty wild if you ask me. In Goku Black's really only good on long events. He has to be able to build up his defense. He does build it up fairly quickly because he's greatly raising his defense, which is great, but it just takes him a long time. And to do any type of substantial damage, he has to be transformed. But when he does transform, he's really useful because he's giving extreme class allies 3 key, which is a really big deal. So that's something that's slept on. AGL Transformation Goku just really needs an Extreme Z Awakening at this point. He loses all of his defense and only sticks at 25% damage reduction as the fight goes on. Just not tanky enough. He gets killed. Physical 17 is a character that got back a lot of value during the 6-year anniversary because of all the Universe 7 units that came out and all of those units that he can actually support and link well with. So that's really awesome. And kind of the same story for AGL Vegeta, but he runs in the same camp, unfortunately, as the Strength Kaioken Goku, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, is that there's just better options. Way better options, so he kind of gets left behind, unfortunately. Strength Jiren has a lot of value because of LR Jiren, so they pair up together very, very good. Another unit that kind of lost value over time, right? So Super Saiyan Blue Tech Vegito, only good on longer events, and sometimes he just can't get tanky enough to really sustain enough damage for it to make sense for him to be on the team. And then, of course, in Bardock, just kind of undertuned nowadays, right? He really needs to be stronger than what he is. He's only sitting at 100% attack and defense. He needs more, and he needs a permanent attack boost for everyone involved. What else can you say about Ultra Instinct EZA Goku, that he's like probably the best EZA in the game? Enough said, right? And then you have Int Golden Frieza, who's just not really good anymore. His defense is way too low. He actually lowers the attack of superclass allies, which is really, really dumb. He can still pump out damage, but that's about it. Omega Shenron is just from an old meta. Feels like he's from a different game altogether. He's got no defense what to speak of. It's just he gets killed everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Another fantastic Extreme Z Awakening Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Absolutely spectacular. Even after the first few turns, he's still absolutely great unit. And you can say the same thing with Strength Janemba, a very, very good defensive unit who can still pump out damage with his Extreme Z Awakening. So that dude's really good. And hell, even AGL 17 is the same way. Super 17. One of the best defensive units in the game, getting up to, 70% damage reduction is absolutely ridiculous. Very, very good. And then Physical Cooler. He hasn't gotten his EZA yet over on Global, but when he does, he's going to be in the running for one of the best Extreme Z Awakenings in the game. And then talking about one of the best Extreme Z Awakenings in the game, you got Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Absolutely insane, just really, really crazy. And then, of course, Texamasu, unfortunately, just bad defense holds him back a bit, and he's got kind of a pigeonholed passive, support passive, only affecting certain characters, so just not as good as you would think. Strength Cell, great on long events, not necessarily great in shorter events. Same thing with AGL Zamasu, really good on long events, not the best on shorter events. Physical Goku Black kind of gets hit too hard to be sustainable, and he also is an orb hog, and typically you would want him to support other people that are going to be getting those orbs, so it doesn't really make sense to bring him along. Int Buhan, again, meta just kind of passed him by. He just got out stat checked. He needs a lot of orbs to be okay, and you'd rather give those orbs to other characters, unfortunately. And then you have Legendary Broly, again, only good on long events, really bad on short events, and that's about it, right? AGL Vegito with his EZA is okay. He can still get hit extremely hard, which is really stupid in my opinion. And then, of course, Strength Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, which is the other way around, just is an absolute wall of a tank for the first 10 turns. Absolutely incredible. So spectacular for Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road. In Gohan, again, another unit that was created when they were trying to keep EZAs very, very low key. It just kind of sucks, honestly. Strength Gogeta can do good damage, terrible defense with his EZA. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, again, just kind of undertuned at this point, just needs another Extreme Z Awakening, a Hyper Awakening, I don't know what the hell they would call it. And then you got Physical Kid Buu, who was one of the best supports in the game for a long time, but his defense just really fails him in like pretty much every single event. So those are all the characters, all of the featured units that are on this banner. And if I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, if you are brand new to the game, if you are brand new to the game, that means that you're not going to be able to clear a lot of Extreme Z Awakenings. Unfortunately, you're just not going to be able to. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, should you spend stones or skip on this banner? Skip. Don't waste any Dragon Stones on this banner, even if you're brand new, even if you can acquire a lot of these characters. And why is that? Because a lot of the best units on this banner need Extreme Z Awakenings. And they're going to be Extreme Z Awakenings that you're not going to have the characters or the teams necessary to beat. So when I just look at like the top units that come at me that don't need an EZA, like Strength Kaioken Goku, Tech Vegeta, Strength Kefla, Tech Exchange Buu, Physical Beerus, Int Future Gohan, and then Physical Piccolo, and then the Tech Trunks. Really, the two standouts to me, honestly, would be Tech Trunks, or the three, AGL Gogeta, and Tech Vegeta. Those would give you access to a lot of different teams, and they'll be able to link with a bunch of different characters. The other ones need too many variables to actually be really, really strong, right? They need too many variables that you're not necessarily going to have early on to make sense. So skip this banner. Don't spend any Dragon Stones on this banner. If you want to throw some tickets at it, that's fine. That's what the tickets are for. Convert those Memorial Stones into tickets as long as the conversion rate is 1-for-1, and as long as they don't suddenly wisen up and make a better conversion rate for individual characters. But if you got like 150 tickets, I would say take those 150 tickets and throw as many tickets as you want into whichever banner you're looking to do. But if you have Dragon Stones, I don't care if you're a brand new level 1 unit or level 1 character, level 1 person, rank 1 account, or rank 50 account, or rank 100 account. Don't spend Dragon Stones on this banner. It's just not worth it. But what is worth it is joining the club. You can do so by clicking that blue join button. Become a member like Joe V, or you can do it the free-to-play way. Gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.